Hey guys, it is Monday. It's not the morning anymore, but we're still going to go ahead and do the Monday marketing show, even though it's not morning. We are late because I had an exterminator come over. We still have scorpions. We got some technical difficulties, but it's okay. We're going to keep going. So today we're going to go into promotional content. In the Instagram intensive course, we're really working through week by week and going through each module and making sure everyone's kind of having that accountability piece. But also I wanted to go a little bit more in depth with this because today's lesson, they went over the different content breakdowns, the content categories. And the ones that I love the most are promotional content, obviously, brand awareness content, giving value, shout outs I love, and campaign. Those are my main categories. When I sit down and create my editorial calendar, that is different than choosing the content categories that I'm picking. So my favorite category, I really love the giving value category. Oh, let me see, make sure people are jumping on in here. My favorite content category really is giving value, but you can't just give value all the time or do brand awareness all the time and never give the ask, right? Never give that right hook is what Gary Vaynerchuk calls it. You have to actually promote the things you're selling, right? Because the whole point of being here is to make sure we're promoting our business, not just making this a fun hobby. While it's fun, a business isn't a business unless it makes money. Let me just make sure I am where I need to be. Yay! Hi, Colette. How's it going? We're going to talk about really promotional content today because that's a piece that everyone, I feel like they get stuck on. I feel like a lot of people, they don't know how to do this creatively without sounding like a giant billboard. So like you guys know, you guys have scrolled through Instagram before, right? And you scroll and it's something that is very like attention grabbing based. If something does not grab your attention visually, it's very hard to stop and then read the caption and find out all of the information of the post, right? There's so much to see on Instagram. I follow 7,500 people, which is the limit of how many people you can actually follow. So I miss things all day, every day. My mother-in-law sometimes would be like, did you see this thing? And I'm like, no, there's 7,500 other people that I look at. I don't just see things unless I go and look for them. So side note, if you ever want me to see anything on your own feed and I do follow, you're going to have to actually let me know so I can go and see it because the organic reach, it's very unlikely that each person day by day is seeing all of your stuff. So we want to make sure, number one, the things that we're sharing are very eye-catching and eye-grabbing, but we especially want to make sure that is the case when we share promotional content. My personal breakdown, and I've shared this all the time, talk about this all the time, but I really like to only share about 20% of my content being promotional, right? I like to mix and match all of those things, and at different times I will share different kind of breakdowns, but generally I like to only share 20% of the time about my promotions, my asks, my please buy this, or go here to do this thing, or join my email list, or whatever it is, my free course, my free challenge, join my Instagram group, my Facebook group, join my email list for this thing, go read my blog post. Those kind of promotional posts, I only try to do that about 20% of the time because I feel like all the other times I want to be giving on the platform. Now, on your blog post, promotional posts, some people are like, well, that's giving value, right? We're not asking anyone to buy anything, but it's still, you're still asking someone to take an action. You're still asking them to go do something for you because let's be real. Most of us, if we have a blog, we have Facebook ad, the pixel loaded on there. So we're tracking these people and we're tracking them so that way if we run a Facebook ad later on, we have their information to show them those ads. So I still feel like directing someone to a blog post is an ask. It is a promotion. However, you can actually mix and match that. And if you want to give the bulk of the value on your post, that can be considered a giving value post. So for example, if I'm talking about my content categories, I could make my actual Instagram post talk about those categories. Say, this is my breakdown, this is what I love the most, this is how you can do these things. So actually people are getting that value just on Instagram without having to go anywhere else. But I can say at the very bottom, if you want this freebie that I have attached to this blog post, then you have to click the link in profile and go do something. So it is mixing and matching that promotion and that giving value. So that's kind of the way around it. As long as what you're sharing is giving value natively on the platform, that still is considered giving value. But if you're asking someone to take any kind of action away from the platform to lead them further down to a purchase, I still feel like that's promotion. Like I said, I only like to do that about 20% of the time. Now, think about that. Break that down. If you're posting 7 times a week, once a day, that means really there should only be, hey, Shelly, that really should only be about once a week you're sharing about what you're selling, right? So if you want to talk more about what you're selling, then you're going to have to post more, right? That is my personal belief. Now, that doesn't mean that applies to you all the time. It's not some hard and fast rule that you can't change around. Some of the reasons or some of the instances that you might be sharing more heavily on promotion would be like if you're doing a live launch. So for me, I did a 5-day challenge. I did that right into a launch. I did a workshop, and then I moved into selling the course, selling the Instagram intensive course. At that point, I was doing more promotion than I was anything else, because for that short span of 10 days leading up to the challenge, during the challenge, and then the weekend of the cart open for my course, that was going to be very heavily talking about the challenge, really. I didn't spend a whole lot of time talking about people buying the course because I really only wanted people to buy the course that went through the challenge. So they already knew what to expect from me. They knew my education style. They knew how fast-paced I go with things and how in-depth I go. So I don't really want just someone who stumbles across me on Instagram to then go purchase some $500 course. That's not, I don't believe, in their best interest or mine, because I want to minimize things like client unhappiness or customer unhappiness, and then refunds, right? I want people to know what they're getting into and only hand me their money if they're really committed to doing the work. So I don't believe in like just promoting something that's such a high dollar amount just very blatantly on Instagram. I like to lead them down an email list funnel and then sell them there. I don't like to sell directly such a high dollar thing on Instagram. So think about that for your promotions. Maybe you want to spend the bulk of your promotional posts on Instagram about getting just someone on that email list, right? Talk about these freebies, talk about what they can expect, talk about how every month you put out this newsletter, talk about how you feature people, whatever it is that you do on this email newsletter or wherever it is you're actually selling these people. Use your promotional posts wisely on Instagram, because I don't believe that it's very natural for people to go straight from the platform and straight into purchasing in something in a shopping cart that's very high dollar. Things like the stock brand subscription, I do promote most of the time on Instagram because I feel like that $29 a month commitment is something that's completely acceptable. I feel like it's not scary for people. They know they can cancel when they need to. And so getting that transition, I'm okay with that. So I will promote directly. I will say, these are the images for the month. Aren't they so pretty? Do you love this palette? This would be perfect for this kind of client. Click the link in profile to get your own, to get your hands on the collection, to buy all 1,000 images. Whatever it is I want to say, whatever my call to action is, I will use that then. But be very aware. Oh, goodness. Decline. Sorry, guys. But be very aware of your dollar amount versus the engagement and what you expect people to do from the platform. And this is something you're never going to know unless you test out, right? If I was to go on Instagram and post something about my Instagram intensive course is available, please purchase it, click the link in profile, this is what you're going to learn. I could do that and I can test and see. I can give maybe a very specific link that was only for people that are coming straight from Instagram. So I could say click the link in profile, and that link could be a bit.ly link, and the only bit.ly link that's going to go to a sales page is going to be that one, and I'm only going to use it on Instagram. That would allow me to track. I have a feeling that I probably wouldn't get a lot of sales and conversions just from that link, but I don't know for a fact. It's something I would have to test. So same thing with you. If you have something that's a higher dollar amount, even if it's only like $50 versus $29, I would recommend testing. If you want to do just cold promotion, just find me on Instagram. Here's my thing. Buy it. See how it goes. But I truly feel like if you warm people up with your promotional content to getting them to something that's free and only asking for their email, you're more apt to have them say yes to something later on down the road that's promotional. So I can talk about something kind of roundabout saying, hey, I have a free challenge coming up. And every day of the challenge, I can post a little tidbit of the challenge. And I can encourage people, if you haven't signed up and you want these freebies, the link's in my profile, sign up. And then I can then market to them in their email inbox. So that's how I like to work promotional content. Now, you might want to share more promotional content, like I said, in a launch, something like that, or near a big sale or holiday. I've seen Freshly Picked. I talk about them all the time, and almost every week I talk about them, their marketing strategy. But I watched a live with the owner, Susan Peterson, and she said that she really likes, right before a big sale, she likes to do a giveaway. So she will do promotion for a giveaway right behind promotion for a sale. And I find that really smart because you're giving big to people right ahead of giving a big ask. So think about it that way. How can you mix in your promotional content with a really big give to your audience. And the last thing is you don't have to promote right off the bat if you're just getting started. If you're in your first year of business, or even before you started your business, maybe you just want to start accumulating an audience. And this is something I'll tell people all the time. Listen, you are way better off gathering people and then asking them what they would like to buy from you versus finding some product that you think people might like and then trying to find the people for it. It's so much easier. What's your Instagram account? If it's Freshly Picked you're asking about, it's at Freshly Picked. It's baby moccasins. Susan Peterson did this broadcast not on Facebook. She did it actually on Periscope, and it was like a year ago. But I just love the idea of that big giveaway give right before she promoted a big sale. So just that's something to consider. But like I said, if you are not quite ready, maybe your product's not ready to launch, maybe your course isn't ready to share with the world yet, maybe you haven't quite decided what MLM business you want to sell, whatever it is that you're trying to decide, start gathering your audience now. Start putting out free content. You're welcome, Colette. Start putting out that free content. Start being authentic and real to the world so you can start gathering people to you. People that knew you from high school, people that just ran into you at church, people that just moved into your neighborhood, and they can find you online and they see that you have this platform. You have this place where you go and share about your life, share about the things you're passionate about. And then they follow you because of those reasons, because of who you are and because of what you stand for. Then when you're ready to say, okay, I want to try this new thing, I would love for you to join. Please come over to my house for a meeting. Please let me know if you need family portraits done. Please let me know if you want to buy some LuLaRoe or whatever it is that you decide to do with business. Start creating those platforms and those audiences before you're ready to jump in. Before you're ready, do it now. Start talking to the world, and I promise you the promotional post is going to be so much easier. So maybe ahead of time, you don't want to share any promotional posts. You're going to be really heavy on brand awareness, really heavy on giving value. That's great. You can practice, though, by promoting other people, by using that shout-out category almost like promotion and telling people, hey, go visit my friend's this. Hey, go visit this girl's podcast. Hey, go do this thing. I found this amazing course that I loved. If you're interested in learning how to use Facebook Live, join this girl's course, right? There's just so many things that you can start promoting for others that will get you in a good place and have really good practice promoting for yourself. So those are my suggestions for today for the Monday Morning Marketing Show. Let me know if you have any questions underneath in the comments. And if you know anyone else that would get value from this, please share it out. I would love for you guys to bring more people to watch this, more eyeballs on this video, especially if it's going to help them promote their business on Instagram. Talk to you guys later.